name is Georgina. I'm one of the animal keepers here at Paultons. I currently look after our meerkats here at Little Africa. Yeah, so we actually have 10 in this group. It's actually a fairly small group. In the wild they'd have up to 30 living in one group. They are known as a mob rather than a group, or they're also known as a clan as well. So we do have a clan of 10. So not all of them have official names. We do have a couple that we've named mainly on their characteristics. Unfortunately, they do look all quite similar if you don't know what meerkat is whose. So we do have Flattail. Her name is unfortunately because she has a flat tail compared to the rest of them. And we do have Stumpy, who has a slightly stumpier tail compared to the rest as well. We do have others that keepers have actually got nicknames for, but they're not official names right now. I mean, it's hard to pick a favourite. They've all got their little characteristics and personalities. We do have one that's got a slight of a kink in her tail. She is one of our most friendly meerkats that have a nice relationship with our keepers. When we go and feed, she usually stands by our boot. She'll even climb into our welly sometimes, depending on the day. So she's definitely one of my favourites, but I can't pick one out of the group of 10 that we have. They are mostly insectivorous, which basically means they eat a lot of insects. So here at the park we feed them crickets and mealworms. They get mealworms in the morning and at lunchtime, and crickets in the evening. In the wild they'd also eat things like spiders and scorpions as well. They'd even teach their babies how to take down a scorpion in the wild when they're quite young, so they're very, very good at taking down insects. They do eat mammals and small birds as well, so we do feed them mice and chick here at the park in an evening sometimes. And they also get root veg and some other vegetables, so this morning they had carrots and parsnips, and tomorrow they're getting turnip and sweet potato as a little treat as well. So Flattail is our dominant meerkat, so she's also the oldest female that we've got in the group. She'll be the one telling the others what to do. She'll also be the one that breeds as well if we ever bred them. So right now she is the oldest in our group. I don't think we've got any plans right now to breed them. We do have a nice male-female group here, so if there was plans in the future we could definitely do so. But right now unfortunately there won't be any baby meerkats in the near future. I mean, like any group that you have, they do have their little fights. A lot of the time it's over food. So when we do give out food, we usually put it in several places, or we give out loads of enrichment to different types of devices that help them to show their natural behaviours a little bit more. But they do try not to fight too much over food. Obviously, Flattail being our dominant meerkat, she'll be the first one there. She'll tell the other meerkats who gets who and what gets what. So she'll be the one sort of delegating that to try and keep the fights down. But most of the time they get on really well. Yeah, so you always have a sentry meerkat in the group. Usually they are the one at the highest point in the enclosure, so you'll see them in the termite mounds or on our rock surface. We've actually got a meerkat just over there who is doing it right now. When it's really sunny, they actually all start to stand up on their hind legs to get as much sun as possible. So it's actually really hard to find out which meerkat is what and who's on sentry duty if you don't know what you're looking at. But if you always look at the top, the highest point in our enclosure, you'll always see one meerkat up there, and they are the sentry in the group for that day. So thank you very much for your questions. I'm hoping I answered them all as well as I possibly could. So we definitely look forward to seeing you here at the park, and definitely make sure you look out for our meerkats when you visit.